It's gonna take how many minutes? It will be like 12 minutes. My week is not even in the middle of the head. It's not even. I'm just having a but why? But small YouTubers, we are suffering. Or Cristiano Ronaldo will just go live for just 2 minutes and be flooding. I mean, I've been here for only a minute, not even one person. How do we even get features for this thing? Just gonna. Ooh, bro. I live in literally. There's a poll down there, and hi. Don't forget to like. Two. Okay, let me start with what I was actually here for. Okay, so why is this thing not going down? Stop. Okay, so my mini question is for like females, right? Or males actually, both. Why is it so important that um having children before 30 is a great deal, and then having kids after 30 is worse a deal? Like, why is it an issue that some people choose not to have kids and people are like attacking them for not wanting to have kids? And for those who have too many kids, they're being attacked for having too many kids. Like, Pila, what are we supposed to do? Hi, I'm all good. Thanks, and you. So, like, I often ask myself, like, what is an issue of when people decide to have kids? Why is it an issue? Already a population is a lot and everything. Hi, welcome to my live. There's a poll here. Please do vote on there. Congratulations on engagement, Rebecca. Pretty, thank you. Hi. I look like a Becca King. Oh, thank you. Okay. So I just wanna like basically know that why is it such an issue for people to not choose when to want kids? Why are you being attacked for whether or not wanting to have kids? We're being attacked for things that we don't know. Like especially now, I'm from Africa, so like it's a big issue when you're an African woman with no kids. So please, guys, don't forget to like this live. Please like this live. Thank you, Greg. I do have a job, and this is my job. I, okay. So I genuinely don't understand why it's such a big critique, because every time like they'll be like, "How old are you?" I'm like, "I'm 27." They'll be like, "And you have no kids?" Like, Africa's a continent. Africa is a continent. Like, this is a question I ask myself, like, why is it necessary to have kids? Already they say we're overpopulated. There's too many people on this planet and they want to move us to Mars. Like, you know? Okay, hi, welcome to my live. Please do like, and I love every one of y'all, everyone. Please don't forget to like this live. It's a question I ask myself, why do people, especially like as an African, it's worse because an African mother be like, you are useless. Like, what do you mean? I am useless for not wanting to have kids. We cannot afford it. Like Africa is one of those continents that is really struggling financially, and you really want to increase a population. You really want to increase our population. We are one of that continent that is suffering. You want to, like, it's really one of those weird things that, as an African person, why do, why, in fact, I don't think I'm the only one. I feel like all over now, most of us don't want to have kids because, again, economy, our living, affordability. I feel, and also our mindset. I mean, everybody's sharing their lifestyle of like, I have kids, I cannot do this, I this and this and this and this. It's really suffering sometimes to be like, why are you putting a, like, you know? But personally, from my side, please don't forget to go down and vote down there and tell me what you actually feel about having kids in this time of life. Like literally they're telling us there's another world war possibly coming our way, and I don't understand, like, why. So please do comment from where you are. I am from South Africa, the continent of Africa, guys. South Africa is a country. Africa is a continent. There's Nigeria, Zambia, Mozambique, Zimbabwe. It's a lot. Okay, I'm from Africa and I would like to have around 20 because we are more than. But, like, can you handle having more than 20 kids in your own household? In this economy, like it's lovely to have a lot of kids, but can you afford it? The bow says you believe too much lies from the West. The problem is that as much as we would say like we believe it, it's because it's actually affecting our pockets. We believe what we're seeing in our pockets. You can't afford those kids. Like every money you get, be like, ouch, you are expensive. Imagine having another human being. Okay. So, but we cannot, okay. I don't know clearly, but they state that we're overpopulated. But like as people, can you afford to look after yourself and another human being? Like that's the question. I'm like, yeah, that's the thing. The best, you're from South Africa and India is the best country in nature. We love everyone here. Everyone from every country, we love you guys. I'm 27 years old. And it's those type of questions where you're like, should I or should I not have kids? Because you look at yourself financially and you're trying to look at yourself in the next future and be like, bigger. Okay. Your father's is a living example. Your father your father really worked hard. I don't think, guys, I really it's a question that comes to mind whenever you be like, should I actually sacrifice, excuse, why do you think is, I mean, I feel like it is. I mean, if you feel like you cannot look after a kid, then you shouldn't have them. Because now the minute you create a child and you're expecting handouts, or you're now having to go through that depression of not being able to afford the life that they require, you're constrained, you're actually putting a lot of constraint in their life. Let me say, with my parents, they struggled with four of us, and most of our childhood activities were limited because that they couldn't afford like to provide everything that we required. So I don't know. Hey, I feel like most people, it's just your mindset. Okay, maybe because of the way I was raised, it kind of creates a fear of having to raise my kids in the same way. What if the husband is not there, guys? I got. James says I got three kids, two boys and a girl, and my little girl started nursery today. Oh, that's nice. I hope she did well today. Hey, that's really nice. Yeah, that is kind like I'm scared though. Like, what if the husband is not there? There's a lot of people who end up throwing the kids away because they have no other financial support system or nobody else is there to help them. How was your childhood limited? I'm comparing them to Africa. Our country right now is literally kind of like a big topic. Like, we literally suggest that you don't have kids because our population is high in unemployment. That's one. Two, we have high in crime. Three, there's actually kids who can't even go to school, regardless of there is actually schools that are for free, but too many kids are in that school. So you can't just take your kids. So they actually are kids are staying home because their parents can't take them to school because they can't afford like basic things like transportation, uniform, all those type of things. So I compare my life right now, like right now, if I were to take my child to school, the max of what I have to pay for my kid would be like way over than what I actually earn. So it's one of those things like if I were to have a kid, I need to like basically sacrifice almost my own, like, yo, there's a lot. Especially if let me say from households that actually have one breadwinner, which in South Africa is a lot, where only one person is working, and they now have to think of, should I have kids when I already have five mouths to feed? And most of those five mouths don't even get grants because maybe it's declared that the breadwinner earns a lot. So Africa is also a very, our economy is kind of like a reason why most of us are discouraged from having kids. So yeah, Desiree, for real, shoo. Like, that's the question. Like, I'm looking at myself. I have my own place to go. I have my own place. I have my own car, and I'm like, if I were to have a child, mind you, now I have to look at within my own range, the preschool, nursery, everything, clothing, my working hours. I usually like come back home like 7 or 8 o'clock at night. That means from that time I need to find somebody to look after my kid. That's an example. I'm giving you an example. I don't have a kid. But if I were to have one, I need to make sure that, fine, transportation for the child when I am not at work, food, clothes, medical aid, yo, milk, yo, there's so much. And I realized that that's a lot. For one kid only, that's a lot. Highlander Prince. So a woman in South Africa traditional high from England. Not all of them. As time goes on, most of them tend to lose the traditional element, and they just live by their own. But by by n- by maybe about 40%, 42, yeah, by 45%, most of them are still in that traditional element of doing what we still used to do a few years ago. But most of them are not as traditional as we used to be. Thank you for your comments, guys. Very much. But now I'm honestly thinking that, okay, having one kid depends on, it literally should be just the max for most people. Not everyone. For most people, looking at the financial status, one should be max. But if you constrain yourself to more than one, then, but when you look at your current country and it's like what's going on, would you allow yourself to actually have more than 3 kids? Just think about it. It's difficult to even get a place. That's one. Most people can't even afford credit. That's the worst part. Worst part about it. It's actually sad that some people actually drop out of university because they cannot find like affordable schools to take their kids. Not even private school, even a public school is expensive. Mm, no, like just an apartment, yeah, like just to get money to actually, or even a personal loan, in J, not just a phone credit. But there are people like they generally just get rejected for a personal loan that is not even more than 30K. It's not even 30, like 5K. I remember I remember one. If you come to South Africa during a work week, like Monday to Friday between the hours of 8 to 5, you find so many people walking around during the day because firstly they don't have a job. Some don't even get a grant. Some can't even get a loan. Some can't even get a piece job. You can't even sell to the next person because they can't even afford to buy what you're selling. But it got really great vacation sites. Like our tourism is great. That's the thing. Our tourism is great, but the problem is not a lot of people can afford to even travel. I think maybe that's why there's a thing called short left. They're now looking for places for people to go to for vacation and all that, and also calling other people from other countries to come here because not even our own people can afford to come and travel. That's how it gets bad. Okay, India. Goku. Okay, Goku two 232 says he's from India and what's my views on India. I don't know. I haven't been to India before, but based on what I see on social media and on the internet, I generally think I like India because I do have your traditional attire. I do have a sari. And then we have like a mininyana Lodium here. So Lodium is like basically more Indians are populated there than any other race. It's like majority is Indians there. So they sell everything. I went to one place, but it's called Bayuk Kalamaji. It's a spiritual site for Indians, and it is beautiful. I once eaten, I don't know what the name is. It's kind of like a bread. It's a halal bread, so it tastes so good. I never knew Indian food could be that good. I actually love it. And I do have a friend by the name of Leah. She's Indian. She did introduce me to other foods. It's a spicy meat. I don't know. It's like a chicken yana, super spicy, but super nice. It's like it's got two blends of sweetness, but also a little bit of spicy. So I actually do love India a lot. I won't lie to you guys. We do watch a lot of stories like Anupama. Um, what's the other one? I don't know in English, but they call it Family Secret. I don't know what they call it in India. I mean Indian language, but in English it's Family Secrets. But I won't lie, I like Anupama, and where there is what's her name? My Desire as well. She's hated by her mother-in-law because she's dark in complexion, but loves her sister because she's light in complexion. Is that story? I love it because it also talks about how black people are hated for being dark in complexion, and like even in industry, they will always choose the lightest characters to be rich and the dark ones to be poor. I don't know why being dark in complexion is such a big factor, like such a unusual factor. Okay. Yep. So let me see what we see. Linda Priest is from Sweden. I actually love Linda Priest videos, guys. You should check him out. He does a lot of live videos of traveling to certain places. It's actually really, really nice. Have you been to any other country apart from South Africa? I've been to Lesotho, Botswana, and Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe, we went there for a church session. So, and I've also went through work. We were at Mosina, and then eventually we just went to Zimbabwe. And very interesting country, very interesting. Um, I would love to go there to do a full tour. But there are other countries I would really like to go is Egypt. Like there's something about Egypt that I really feel like it needs deep investigation. A really deep investigation about that country. I really wanna go there. Especially when it comes to the pyramids or the idols and why some of them do not have noses. I want to know about that part, why they don't have their noses on. And could it be that the noses look like black people's noses? So they had to scrape it off or something. I don't know. But I want to find that heritage of why most of the pyramids or the buildings where they had the images of their idolers or kings or queens and they don't have noses. I want to learn about that. Mm, what other question? I was up by the physical trauma. Okay, let me go. You know Holompo theory. Wow. That is a really interesting question. Okay. Maybe I should do more research when it comes to overpopulation. Really super. Nice to see you guys. Please don't forget to like this live. It's really nice. Hi, Mark. Oh my God. Some of the comments here. Raw. Eesh. Yeah, copyright is an issue. As a YouTuber, I will not lie to you. Very, very. Okay, guys. I think I've been here long enough. Um, no, but seriously, just tell me a view of what do you think. Tell me what do you think about having kids in this generation, and if you think it's a good idea as the generation of today to even contribute to increasing our population, right? Because some person told me that there's some theory that it is a lie that they're feeding, especially other races, especially black people, that having children right now is raw. You cannot afford it, something like that, so that we can be outnumbered at some point. like literally just to reduce the population of black people, you know. Someone said that, and I was like, but everyone is complaining. Everyone around the world is complaining about the inflation, the high costs, and all that. I mean, we're being exposed to it every day. You see it in your pockets every day. So clearly, we're going through a lot. So yeah, nah, really. It's like thinking about it today. It's like even looking at the divorce rates, you're like, is it worth it? Literally, I was exposed to a conversation of people talking, and I was like, sure, I can have a kid and be able to raise one, and then have another one, and let the first one raise the second and the third to assist. But like affordability of all of them, or is it how you raise the kids that make it easier for you to afford them? Maybe. What do you think? What do you think? Because I feel like it's a very tricky situation. I think people who have kids but they're not employed tend to rely on support of government, and support of government comes from taxpayers. Mm-hmm. But guys, let me end the live here. Thank you guys for watching my live. Don't forget to participate in the poll. See you next time. Bye.